now. All right. So mindset huddle, week 3, spring challenge 2022. I love week 3. Week 3 is like, to me, the make it or break it week. You guys made it to week 3. You get through week 3, you will absolutely, without a doubt, crush the last 5 weeks. You will get to a little bit closer to where you want to be, right? Week 1, everybody's excited. Week 2 is like, okay, I'm just hanging on. Week 3 happens, especially in the spring. Okay, it's getting a little warmer out somewhere. So I heard it's snowing elsewhere in the country, but it's supposed to be getting warmer out. Got more things happening outside of the challenge. The challenge might get a little stale at points, but my goal with this is to have you guys learn a little bit more about you, a little bit more about why we are here. Okay. And then if you got anybody read the email that I sent, and I'm working on that like 4 or 5 email thing. That's my system. So forgive me. I will fix that. Anybody not read the email that I sent to start the week? All right, everybody's reading the emails. I like it. So what did the title say? Week 3 is about who? Yeah, there you go. Week 3 is about me. I want you guys to say that. Week 3 is about me. It's not about Kevin, it's about you, right? And I want to start there because really this whole challenge is about you. This whole challenge is about getting to where you want to be, right? It's not really about weight loss. It's not really about fat loss or muscle gain or PRs in the gym or learning about protein. It's about you. And I think, what we do here at Hidden Summit is super special because I say it all the time. You can go get nutrition coaching anywhere you want. You can go find a workout plan on Google. But my goal, and I know the goal of Katie and Eric and Justin, is to get you guys results. And we will do everything that we possibly can to get you guys results because we know that we're damn good at it. And the effort comes from you. So our goal is to have you understand that this whole concept, nutrition, fitness, mindset, community, belief, it's all part of the equation to change your fucking life for the better. Does anyone not? Everybody in the chat, just drop, I want to change my life, or I'm all in. If you want to change your life, just type that in the chat. I want to make sure everybody knows that we're on the same page. All in, get all in the chat. 3 people are all in. 4 people, 5 people. Let's go. Keep it coming. I love it. If you're on a phone, you're driving, don't type it. Just throw your hand up in the air. I'm all about it. There we go. There we go. AC, laughing? Don't crash your car, please.
That's why I was laughing.
Just keep your eyes on the road. Look, at the end of the day, we're going to get you results. Some of you might take a little bit longer. Some of you might be a little bit shorter, but you got to stay in your lane and understand that we have your best interest at heart. But I know you're here to change. I had a really good conversation with somebody this morning. Oh, Uno, you're on the call. I had a great conversation with Uno. Uno and I talk every Monday morning, and he's the champion because it's 9:30 my time and it's 6:30 his time. And I'm like, bro, you rock. You win this every single time because, I've been up for a bit, but you're getting your ass up early to talk to me. I feel super special about it. And we chatted this morning, and it wasn't about nutrition, and it wasn't about fitness. It was about going all in on yourself. And Uno and I have a lot of similarities. And, we're really hard on ourselves. Anybody else really hard on yourselves? Just give me a me in the chat if you're really hard on yourself. Drop a little me in the chat if you're hard on yourself. Yeah. It's very common. Yeah, I know. Why the fuck are we so hard on ourselves? What are we hard on ourselves about? I would love to hear from somebody.
Parenting.
I don't think any parents know what they're doing. It's cool. My mom raised 4 of us. I still don't think she knows what she's doing. But you know what she did know? That she loved us. And that was enough. I mean, I'm not a dad, but I'm trying to figure out my own life, but I feel like if I had a kid, I'd love the hell out of it. And then no matter what, I would do my best to be there for him or her. And that's probably enough. You'll figure the rest out along the way. You got time management, high standards, your job, not doing enough.
The gym, my job.
Yeah. Your gym, the job. Yeah.
Sticking to boundaries.
Sticking to boundaries. So you think like temptations in there, like temptation, distraction kind of gets in our way.
That and
boundaries.
like standing up for yourself against other people when you're like, oh, this is what I like, this is where I'm at. And people are like, well, but you could probably change it for me. And you're like, now I have to tell you no, even though I already told you no. And
Are
like
you
having
saying-
to stand
saying-
up for yourself.
Yeah, standing up for yourself. You're hard on yourself. We kind of give more to anybody ever give more to others than gives to themselves. Yeah. So my goal, and this is totally different than how I did the call this morning. You could ask Melissa, she was on the call this morning. And I was thinking about it all day. Like, we can talk about food, we could talk on the nutrition talks, we could talk about fitness and working out, but if I can get anything across to you guys today, is that you got to stand up for number one and go all in on you. So while we spoke about our why, which is our big goal on week one, and we spoke about making small, seemingly insignificant decisions along the way, this week is about effort. And effort is irreplaceable. And when I talk about effort, it could mean and lean on the little things that we have to do and choose and the tasks that have to get done and trying a little harder in the gym and organizing our life a little bit more and making an effort to get up on time. But truly what I'm thinking about is like going all in on what it is that you want in this life. Because the hard truth is we get one life, you know? And my goal with effort is that all it takes is a little bit of trying every single time. And when I say trying, I just mean like, I'm gonna, whatever happens, happens. And when I talk about effort, there's three things that follow it. Patience in what you're doing, grateful for what you have, and grace when you fuck up. Because we're gonna fuck up, we're gonna fail. Giving yourself grace. And if we can do those things, we can be patient through the hard times. Right, Katie? I'm the same way. You hear it in my voice sometimes. You're like, well, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. All right. If I've learned anything over the last 28 days, well, the 28 days I've been meditating and doing phase one and taking on so many more things throughout the day, is that effort is going to win, but we need to be patient through the tough times, patient through the times that don't go as expected. And this is my theory. My theory on why life spirals sometimes is that we're not very inept at handling difficult, inconvenient situations. And life is actually only made up of a bunch of little tiny inconvenient situations. I look at 75 hard, for instance, after completing it, and I look at phase one, almost completing it. I'm got tomorrow left. Today was probably the hardest day for whatever reason. And it's really just made up of 5 to 10 to 20 to 30 minute things that we have to do. Standing in cold water for 5 minutes is not hard. It is fucking annoying. All right. Stretching for 10 minutes every day is not hard. It's fucking annoying. All right. Visualizing for the day is not hard. It's annoying. But the more you do those things that are annoying, that you don't necessarily get excited about, something starts to click. And I'm just telling you this from experience. What starts to click is your ability to know that you can do anything that you put your mind to. It may not always be perfect, right, Chuck? Yeah, I've had a couple hard days this week. I want to touch on that for a sec. You were cruising for a while, and then what happened?
I think I keep putting it into words, and I keep trying to refine like the words that I'm thinking about and what it is that I'm feeling. And it's one of the things that is like leading me, I think, into this, like the way my schedule is set up is like it's throwing my rhythm of like life off. And that's like the big annoyance or small inconveniences that like my work week ends today and everyone's week starts today, and everyone's all fired up and they had a weekend of whatever they did and whatever they rested, and this is my last day, and it's like my level of exhaustion is at peak on Mondays. And it just, for some reason, it's like Friday and Monday are like the hardest days. Because
let me ask you this: what's the difference between Friday, Monday, Thursday in June versus April versus December? What's the difference? Friday, Monday, Saturday, Sunday. What's the difference?
I don't know.
Anybody? Is there a difference?
There's not.
No, but we define so anybody know music theory at all? There are time signatures in different musical pieces. 2/4 time, 4/4 time, 3/4 time. You could have like a asymmetrical time frame where there is no time signature, and you won't find a pop song written that way because there's no structure or repetitiveness or cadence to it. Life isn't a pop song, it's a drama. And we get pulled into the belief that comfort in our schedule will equal our ability to see success in life, right? If we can own our schedule, then we will be able to move forward one day at a time. But what if, we're shaken in that schedule? What if that schedule comes falling apart? How do we act in those moments? And Charles, I think you've actually answered this question without, not tonight, but in your ability to handle those days. You may not feel awesome in doing things when your schedule is thrown off, but I would fight to say that you've learned more about what you're capable of over this last week, or 4 days even, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, than you were for the past 3 months. Yes or no?
Absolutely. And
yeah,
like it was like 2 good days and 2 bad days, and the 2 good days I had, I crushed and fell on top of the world. And and nothing, if you look at my day just on paper and whatever I sent you and what I posted on 75 hard, fundamentally there is absolutely nothing different.
sure.
And even when I sat, there wasn't anything different in my mind of then today I'm not going to make it today. I
Right.
said out loud to people, I was like, if there was a day, it could be a day like this, but it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah. So I would change that, narrative. Has anybody ever been through that day where there's today's the day I'm going to quit? I'm going to start tomorrow. The hands up. Yeah. Okay. We've all been there. Why don't we quit? Or why have we quit, and why do we come back? How is it different now? You can go down that. I would love to hear from somebody about that.
I can't quit, man. Let me get away from this music. But I've worked so hard to get where I am now, right? And there's been so many people in my life that have wanted me to get to where I want to go. And if I quit now, I'm letting everybody else down. And it's not about everybody else, but I'm letting myself down as well. So I put in all this time and effort. I'm not going to do it for nothing.
Yeah. You're not going to do it for nothing. And I don't think anybody wants to start over. Anybody want to start over? No way. So think about it like this, right? we know we have to give effort, and that's what Charles said, and a lot of you have been through similar times. You gave effort in those days that didn't go your way, when your schedule felt like it was shaking or started to fall apart, right? How do we keep the ship straight? What is the thing that we need to focus on?
By going back to our why.
Yeah. But going back to our why, and our why is probably the most important thing in our life.
Can I touch on that for a second?
Which part?
Because some-
Your why.
Yeah.
A lot of you, and myself included, and even Cabin, we all want to come up with this glorious why. I'm doing it for my family. I'm doing it for my kids. I'm doing it to be healthy. When deep down, a lot of you just want to look and feel good and be sexy on the beach. You want to have abs. You want to be lean and toned. You want to look that's okay. For me, when I started, that's all I wanted. I wanted to look a certain way, and that was so important to me. I wasn't doing it for family. I wasn't doing it for anybody else. I wasn't even doing it to be healthy. I just wanted to look a certain way. And sometimes if that's all that is, be okay with that and let that drive you, because sometimes that'll drive you further than doing it for your family or doing it to be healthy. But getting to that point and having that be your why, you're gonna be better for your family, and you're also gonna be healthier. So it'll cover all your bases.
Heck yeah. Damn, that's good. Same for me. I don't want to be fat anymore. Fuck, I want to take my shirt off at the pool and not be embarrassed. And that was my why for a very long time. And then my why was like, I should probably graduate college and stop wasting my own money. And then it was like, I want to get an apartment because I don't want to live with my parents anymore. And it was like, then I got this position where it's like I had this enlightening moment to say, I want to help to save the world. But it started with like, I don't want to live in my parents' basement and be this fucking slob anymore. I was embarrassed. And that's okay too. Thank you, Katie. Fuck yeah, that was awesome. You can just go be a badass and say, I'm going to bust my butt in the gym, but you got to believe it. You got to believe it when people tell you like, oh, it's okay to come hang out with us. It's okay to have a drink. It's okay to have dessert. It's okay to sleep in. It's okay to watch Netflix. Fuck them. Sorry, family and friends. I'm in a mood tonight. I feel good. I got my workout in before this call, right? They don't know you. They're not you. And what I'm getting at is after effort, we have to define and understand what is important in our lives. 3 things max. What's important in your life? For me, Hidden Summit, my family, and my health. Not necessarily in any particular order. If it doesn't make that list, then I don't do it unless I want to do it and I own it. And if you do decide to go do something, don't feel bad about it. Don't say, oh, I went out and I had a drink and I messed up or didn't, like, just own that shit. If you filled your fix of like, I needed a piece of chocolate cake, cool, then just go and hit the gym tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, don't make it a bigger deal and beat yourself up and have all this remorse and regret. Like, that doesn't help anything. Effort. Doing the shit that we don't want to do. Important. It's easy to say no to more things when you know it's important, so you can say yes to more of the things that matter. Remember that. Do you know what matters in your life? Everybody put one thing in the chat that's important to them. I bet you a lot of people are on the same page. Because you don't have to get crazy. Well, now cake. Yeah, cake is important to you. Fine, cool. You're gonna bake cake, give cake to people, eat cake. Health, confidence. Katie, you don't even like cake. Myself.
I was laughing at Sarah's comment.
Quality of life. Playing with my kids. I'd say that's also quality of life. Family. Building my life my way. Get more specific, guys. What does that mean? Jamie, touch on that. Building your life your way.
So I listened to the call this morning. We were talking about making choices that were hard. in order to like benefit ourselves and our why and everything. And like, it's funny that you say, you know, we're going back to like, it's okay if you just want to look good on the beach. So I'm building this business right now. I'm painting, and I paint fancy shit. Like, it's not, I don't paint solid color walls. And I had a friend who's my best client, and we do really fancy stuff in her house, like really fancy. And she's like, I have a friend who wants her house painted because she just bought her house and it might just be plain walls, but I gave her your number. And I was like, okay, cool. And so, you know, I went and I talked to her, and I started with the disclaimer that was like, I don't do solid walls. Like, I'm not going to paint your house solid gray. Call a painter for that, because that's not what I do. And, you know, I'm trying to build this business and do it my way. And I told myself when I started, I don't want to be like every other painter. There's 100 of those in this area. Like, I want to do fancy stuff that nobody else does. And I kind of let her talk me into like, well, you know, we really need somebody really soon. And my husband's trying to do it all. We don't have time and everything. And today I finally had to send her an email. Like, we got to the point where she's about ready to give her deposit. And I had to take a step back and be like, you know, that's not what this business is. That's not what I'm building. And like, when I first was going to say that, I was like, well, I don't want to let her down. And like, I don't want to leave her hanging when she's trying to get her house painted. And I feel really bad. And like why wouldn't I do it? And honestly, it's kind of a self-centered answer. The answer is, I don't like painting solid walls. I don't want to paint your house solid walls. I could have made $4,000 in 3 weeks to paint her walls solid gray, but I don't want to do that with my life. I don't want my business to be like that. And I've been talking to this gal who is helping me with branding, and she was like, the second that you take a client on a discount or you bend over backwards for them, you create a community that comes to you linked to those people. And now all of a sudden you're trying to fight off people left and right who are exactly what you don't want as clientele. And so I was like, okay. So it was a selfish moment. It is nothing more than just, I hate painting solid walls. I'm not going to do it. But that's what's important to me. And I want to build my business my way, doing fancy stuff and with my schedule so I can spend time with my family. And it's about me. And it's really hard for me to say that because my whole life I've been about everybody else. And it's about frickin' time to be about me.
Yeah, that's really, really awesome. That's really fucking cool. All you have to say is no. You don't have to reason with yourself. You don't have to reason with anybody else, Jamie. You know how you could just simplify all that, what you just said? You just say no. Go find somebody else. Does that sound a lot easier?
Sometimes, but like I don't know. I just grew up with like a really controlling family. So it's like, it's hard to say no. I feel bad. I feel guilty. And so I'm trying to completely change that frame of mind.
Hold on. This is good. This is good. Sometimes the people that are closest to you are going to try and push you the way they want to see you. Yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Everybody agree with that? Just because their title is mom, dad, brother, sister, cousin, aunt, uncle, doesn't mean you have to do what they want you to do. You don't have to reason or rationalize. I can see your hand, Katie. Hold on. You don't have to say yes to any of that if it's not what you see. You don't have to give a reason. You could just say, look, this is my life and I'm going to do it this way. And I think it's really important to understand that. And that, you know what the hardest time is to do it? The first time. But if you have a vision, you have a dream, you have one life, right? To live that dream. Go to Home Depot and have them give you someone's number to go paint your house gray. Like, it's not what I do. I'm not going to do it. Sorry. You don't have to say sorry, but it's just nice. Katie, what were you going to say?
Going off of that, and I'll keep it short. You know, I fell into the trap too, Jamie, where I would give discounts to family members because they're family, right? No, not anymore. No, because every single time I do that, they don't give it their all. They don't do what I tell them to do. And then they don't see results, and then they blame me. I literally had this conversation with my cousin last week. And I'm like, listen, you're my cousin. I love you to death, but you're going to sign up for a membership if you want my help. And she's like, oh, okay. And every day since then, guess what? She's been trying to eat more protein and calories. She's been drinking more water. She's been getting her steps in. She's getting more movement in. If I wouldn't have done that, she'd still be half-assed and everything. And so, I mean, Melissa, I think about you too with this new job that you took. You set your boundaries because you didn't want to be taken advantage of anymore. And it's working. You still get to go to the gym, still get to eat your food. You're still seeing progress. And Kevin says this all the time, say no to things now so you can say yes to more later. Period. I'm done. I'm in a mood tonight too.
I charge my mom full price. It's just, you know, it's part of it. We all got bills to pay. I like this. You guys are in. You guys are focusing. I like it. So after we find, I could talk about this. I could talk about each one of these topics for an hour. After we talk about effort and importance, don't you think it pays off a little bit to be excited about the changes that you're making in your life? You guys ever fight? Drop another emoji, your favorite emoji, in the chat. Have you ever fight, stay excited about all of these things that you told yourself you wanted to do? Oh, we got Flexing Fire, Sorry Face, Eggplant. Come on. That's it. You have 5 people. No one else fights the urge to do these things that you got to do. Everybody track their food perfectly every single day, hit 45-minute workout every single day, drank their gallon of water without chugging before bed every single day, got up on time, went to bed on time, read their 10 pages. Yeah. We're just kind of like, oh, let's just get this done already. Let's just finish another day already. Well, who's as excited? Hands up if as excited today as they were on day 1 of this challenge. Okay. Couple hands not in the air. Yeah. Why are we not as excited today? Who's a little bit more stressed? Who's got a little bit more going on today? Okay. Kelly, what's going on? You're a little stressed out this Monday. What's happening up there?
Yeah, we've got baseball. My son's in baseball. I've got work. I'm working more hours now. I work outside, so I'm a lot more tired. Not going to bed on time, that's for sure. I am getting up on time, but not going to bed on time.
Okay. So with that in mind, I mean, what do you look forward to in your day?
The gym.
Why do you look forward to the gym?
Honestly, because I don't know. I know that it's good for me. I'm always in a better mood when I leave there.
Did you feel like a badass after you leave the gym? You're like, yeah, I just did that.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty awesome, right?
The gym like a badass now. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Do you feel like a badass when your kids play really well in their sports and they come out of it, they come back from their sports with the smiles on their faces, being little shits, and you're like, okay, you guys, at least you guys had a good time. Yeah?
Yeah.
There you go. That's awesome. What about when you eat a good meal and you're like, you know what? In the past, I may have not had that meal. I would have just picked on my kids' food or just ordered it out. How do you feel when that happens? You're like accomplished, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody else feel accomplished when they do something that's, not normal. They feel like it's part of the challenge. Everybody else feel like a badass when they finish their workout and they're like, you know what? I just did that Bravo track. We're going to give Katie the middle finger later, but we did it, Yeah. Okay. Get excited about all the things you get to do, because you don't have to do any of it. Enthusiasm is going to help you get through everything that you think is difficult at first. If you've taken a class with me, if you've worked out with me, if you've trained with me, there's probably a point where I've said, smile through your workout. It's going to be easier. And scientifically, if you smile versus frown, you're more alert, you're more aware, you're more present, your pupils actually dilate. You're using more of your brain function. If you can get enthusiastic about what it is that we need to get done, all right, what we get to do, instead of thinking, oh, I have to go through the motions of this, you're going to be great. You're going to be able to put a little bit more effort in. You're going to be able to say no to more things. You're going to be able to say yes to more of the things that matter. You're going to see more results. You're going to like the way you look. You're going to like the way you feel. Your family is going to like your attitude. You're not going to like be short with them, rub off on them. And really what I'm getting at is that if we can focus on the little things from last week, if we could focus on the why from 2 weeks ago, if we do our power list and set up a plan every single day, and then we know what's important, we give effort to it, and we go about it with enthusiasm, I promise you, you're going to win this week, and it's going to be the best week of the challenge so far. You got to give a little bit more to the things you're good at, and you got to give a little bit more to things that you don't really want to do because it's really hard. When you can do that, you're going to build this confidence. You're going to build this confidence so much that you're just going to say, I don't care what stands in my way. I am going to win the day. I didn't even mean for that to rhyme, but it did. So I'm glad I hit record on this one. All right. You guys are special for showing up. And I know this call was a little different. Came in, I was like fired up. And I want to make sure that you know that we're going to get you results. Like, I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to get you results. But sometimes you got to do the shit that you don't want to do to get to places that you want to go. And you're going to have to know what's important in your life. You're going to have to say no to certain things. And you're going to have to let other people down. And then you're going to have to not feel guilty about it, because this is your life and you signed up with us. Your mom didn't sign up with us. Your kid didn't sign up with us. Your friend didn't sign up with us. Your cousin didn't sign up with us. If you want them to learn a little bit about what you're doing, you can send them our way too. But for now, you're here and that's what we care about. So when we're tough, it's because we care. When we push you, it's because we care. And then when you start to, you choose Charles as an example again. He came in January. He's like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. I'm not sure. I've tried this other program before and I've tried this before. And I was like, yeah, you haven't fucking worked with me though. So we're going to get you results. And I was almost 30 pounds down in the middle of 75 hard. Got a call to, do the job that he been wanting to do for forever long ago. So good things happen when you commit to the process. And that's one example of the 23 of us that are on this call right now. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. We got a great week of calls this week. We have nutrition. Tomorrow we're talking about fruits and vegetables. I know we'll get a little nerdy on that, but it's okay. We're going to teach you some things about some things so you can learn some things and apply them in your life. Wednesday night, same nutrition call. And then for the level 2 calls this week, join us again. That call was awesome last week. I really loved hosting it. I will not be on Thursday, but I will be on Friday. But Katie and I have got a rocking call for you. Workouts all week. Katie's got a new mini challenge coming. Got a lot of good things happening this week. Go enjoy that Murph prep. It's a good one. But I'll let you guys go. Hopefully you pulled something out of here. Remember, effort, importance, enthusiasm. Focus on the little things. You get to do this. You don't have to do this. Your why doesn't have to be this huge, audacious goal. It could be super selfish, and I'm totally 100 fucking okay with that. % okay with that, because you're a badass, and I want to see you get your results. Have a great Monday. Have an amazing Tuesday. And we'll see you bright and early tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.